What's up, YouTubers? Welcome to my channel. This is Beastars. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at. We're gonna go ahead and react to episode 7 of Beastars. I'm sorry. If you're wondering why this was a bit delayed and why this is coming out a little late and why I may have this expression on my face right now, I hope y'all been aware of the whole thing regarding Copa and their FTC things. Now, I'm not all that expertise on the details of it, but let's be fair. This is dangerous because by December 10th, this channel could actually be subjected to regulation of Copa and thus be treated as such. I don't really know what's the case here. Like, maybe if I don't know, it's me just cussing in a bunch in some of my videos, which is something I just kind of do out of habit, and just like it's not really something I can really, try to admit. And I don't like the fact that Kobe will be like, but that's on you. You have to deal with it and try to stop. Like, when you start learning cuss words, and at some point, we're going to be learning, profanity. We're going to have profanity in our language one way or another. It depends on how often you use. Like, there's gonna be some, there's gonna be some profanity right here and there. And the problem is that while I understand that, I mean, and you can try to check out the videos, that I'm not really all familiar or all knowledgeable about the reasonings and all that. But bottom line, this was not a good. This was what the FTC is doing, making this now an amendment, not just YouTube. It's not on YouTube anymore. The fact that that was because of YouTube's mess up. I'm trying not to say it, but you know what, I might end up saying anyway. But it's just the fact it stemmed from that and the fine, and then all of a sudden now the setting there, and now which is going to be on December 10th. This is going to be one huge backlash. And some people are saying that this is really big. Some people say this is nothing to really panic about. But it's something to just kind of take note. It only really depends on each individual's case here, would it be. But for us content creators, this is big. I don't know what's subject to fallen children or not. Like, I don't know. It could be anything that is per se interesting to children. But I'm just gonna let you get those right now. This video, even though it's not something vulgar or something like that, I'm just gonna say it's not for children. It is not, and especially considering the whole thing with Beastars. I mean, Beastars is not for children. Okay. I feel like I need to add disclaimers to my future videos. Just saying like, oh, by the way, this is not for children. This video, the following video, is not meant to be viewed by children or anyone falling under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Something like that. But I don't know which platform I'm gonna switch to. But when that time does come, hopefully any of you guys do, follow me on Twitter or in my Discord server or at my Patreon page, or even follow me on my list or any list. I'll try to keep in touch with me. Like, I'll try to find a social media platform. It may turn out to be Twitch, but Twitch is maybe subjected to those regulations too. I don't know what FTC is smoking right now. I can get why. I can get why why they decided to do this. But when you think about it, was this the best decision? Obviously not. I'm just gonna say this. We just can't, like, these children and their families are just gonna have to deal with it. The fact that like they're gonna grow up too fast one day, and like you can't just do this just because you can't just because a bunch of parents can't watch their damn kids. And it really sucks that it's not something solvable, because they're gonna try to get in one. There's no way to completely prevent it. But at the same time, you can't just go and do something this drastic a measurement. Actually, in all honesty, I don't think doing something like this even helps that even helps at all. Does it do any sort of does it really do any sort of benefit? I mean, the kids probably don't even know about this. Like, do they have any say? Like, do the people's opinion, besides the the whining parents for these kids that are viewing the video, what all the website content that's supposedly for children, kid friendly. Um, like, only they matter. Only FTC's opinion matters. YouTube is actually, I cannot throw them under the bus as much anymore. They are just kind of forced. They just kind of forced to bow down to the FTC, and the fact that, and like I said, the fact that it's amendment, this is not good. I mean, it makes me question, like, can I even have just an account to just view or have subscriptions? Yeah, I think so, but at the same time, at the same time, like, it's really gonna make YouTube such a lonely place, an extremely lonely place. That's when YouTube's gonna, like, FTC's not gonna work. They're not gonna give a damn about it though. It's not gonna it's not gonna give any care about that. I mean, because they only care. They don't even care. Because they only care about themselves. They only care about. They claim they're trying to do this for the safety of the kids, but really they're just doing it for themselves. And the fact that this is so vague, the way it's delivered, regardless of the explanations that have been given, there's the vagueness of it, how much it's more of an ultimatum to us as content creators, and to YouTube, and to other websites that are supposedly have kid-friendly content. It really sucks. It really sucks. But I hope something can be done about it by the time December 10th comes around. But at this point, I really doubt it. It's a pain. But anyways, I don't want to be depressed. I at least want to get to this reaction. So, Beastars. So, this kind of got deep. I like the panic figure. What was the guy's name? Going. He's a cool dude. I actually really like him. So trying to ease my mind off that thing I was talking about earlier. So the only thing it says, like, this, I'm glad that it's not just something that happens within the bounds of a academy, and it would be like a closed little universe to where the story revolves around. It's actually spamming outside to a city, maybe to a country, maybe the entire world of where this setup is taking place in. And how far, and we're gonna see how far this goes. I mean, we'll see, I mean, but no, I can't say for sure, but I do know, but there is something about it that lets me know that shit's gonna go, it's just gonna go down, for real, like, shit's gonna get real. But so yeah, I pulled up the stream, so hopefully this one works. This is gonna be episode 7, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up so we can get this started. Okay, hopefully the subs are good. I couldn't wait for one. So starting in 3, 2, 1, go. What lies on these one's uniform and fur? There we go. Hmm. He barely has eyebrows though. Sorry for, sorry for that squeak. I mean, Wednesdays are best days for this season. So, let's see where that makes it. I have a bad joke coming, but because Copa wants kid-friendly shit, uh, sorry, I cussed. So I'm not gonna say anything about. I'm not gonna say anything. It's like most of my videos are just gonna be me dissing. Just gonna be half me dissing Copa, half reacting to an anime episode. It's technically giving birth to life. So yeah, it's a huge responsibility, but or just giving birth to a source of protein. You know. Also, why is it that she has the normal looking white eyes and the other ones, and then the other chickens like has the different is different looking eyes? I don't know. I guess it's just to make us know that oh, this is a character of focus for this at least this episode. I feel like she's one of those oh sort of character too. So I'm guessing this is gonna be oh damn, she looks out of it. I'm guessing this is gonna be one of those. Like oh, she just fell over and just kicked up all the damn papers and pencils. Well, it's one of those. Now it's Fridays. Shit. She has that sort of. How do you describe it? She has that sort of thing where she just feels she has sort of prideful air to her. And that's why she's so obsessive over, what she's doing, laying eggs, contributing to the school one way or another, which is, her basically laying lunch. Okay, that was a bad way to put it, but you get what I mean, like, she feels like she needs to, there has to be some, something about the OP that I probably did not bring up earlier, but how drastic the turns are, cause like it's all dark. You know, it sounds really rough, like the opening, and then all of a sudden when it drifts to that little part, it gets all happy, and then all of a sudden it just goes back to like when it goes back out of the course, it's kind of just goes back to the darker sort of field. Huh. One of these, oh gosh, is one of these osteitis. I hope it's not that much though. Like the osteitis sort of, visuals here. Boy, oh. Uh, if you, I didn't, I should have had a reaction to this, but ow. So he does shed it. That's so yeah, he's still subjected to shedding his antlers, as like in the just like real life deer. I didn't react to that mating scene because I'm partially bothered by what I was mentioning earlier before this reaction. So they started this relation. They started what seems to be a more sexual relationship on a whim, and now it's just starting like there is more than maybe just something superficial. This is what her and Louise are just kind of in right now. It's kind of where they start the relationship right, and now and yes, they are kind of in it, but just for the sexual part. But deep inside their minds, they're just like, how much do I want to go through with this? Oh god, an arranged marriage. Great. FTC, you still think this is kids friendly? Yeah, exactly. Ah, shit! Not really, ah, shit, but No. I like how they don't. I like how this show is not trying to is not trying to hold back on showing the whole the sexuality part in high school relationships like that. Would it just be for the sex or just because they actually like each other? Well, I mean, yeah, he's still in this growth spurt, considering that he's in high school. No telling how big he's gonna get. That rings, and those words by Mr. Panda Bear. They make so much sense here. Like, really, is it really love, or is it really a desire to just eat her in the end? Hey, it's the wolf from last. It's the little she wolf from last time. Oh yeah, she is. She is a main. She is a featured character on that visual. It doesn't look scary to me, but I guess it will look scary to other animals that wolves would usually go after in real life. It's kind of funny how she's not really gray though. But then again, just because you say gray wolf just doesn't mean they're always gray all the time. You see how he reacted? Just like she thought this is gonna get really intimate. But you know, like she's not aware of what she's thinking. 100%. This man LEGOSI is just being a nice guy, trying to help his kohai. Well, I think kohai. Does not. So he views his interpretation is different. Well, that. So much for that. But that was a That was a really amusing sort of interaction there. I mean, I kind of knew they was gonna go there, but still. Bro, you hiding that porn? Colby, you still think this is child friendly? I'm gonna be dropping some. I'm gonna be dropping shots at Colby and the PC until the channel goes down. I don't care. Just give me a little pet rhinoceros people. There's an interesting looking dorm right here. Wow. Is I was going to react about him like probably like, oh shit, you have my damn porn. But I mean, you try to forget it, but it's gonna. You really gotta wonder, like you know, like he's trying to move past it, but it's still gonna come back up, like 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 how it is right now. Don't they usually only allow clubs that have more than 2, 3 people? But I may have mentioned it before, but I guess it's a different. They don't have those sort of strict rules for this universe because she's literally the only one in the club. You'd have to think, is she gonna be able to maintain it as? I guess that's not the focal point, but it's just something found a bit I found a bit perplexing. Not something to judge the series on, but just something a bit quirky about it. Like just like, oh, why is she running this thing on her own? Oh boy. Uh-oh. He's getting jealous here. Yep. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Well. uh, when shit hit the whip. Shit hit the whip. Still think it's kid friendly, FTC, Copa? You know, right? 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 And you still think, and like, to be fair, like, I don't know, like, I'm at this point, I'm just taking this from, but jeez, man, this is him feeling the first time being jealous, being envious, or like being enraged as someone's is already, doing, this intimate with his love interests. I mean, he didn't think it was going to be. He didn't think Haru was going to be a love interest because he was thinking about Gohen's. I think I pronounced the name. Gohen's words. As feel like they're not feelings of love; they're feelings of desire to eat her. But it's just something. It is just something to think about. I thought for a sec that this episode was just gonna be focused specifically on that chicken, who was just like, we're literally just having a little narrative, a little bit of her kind of narrating her damn role in there, and all of a sudden she's just kind of to the side, like that's that. Okay, but yeah, specifically speaking, this I actually. I like this episode. It's just some stuff that sometimes sometimes some of the interactions can feel awkward, which kind of speaks to why I don't have this as a particularly high score at all. But at the same time, there's a sense of where it's trying to get with in terms of realism to a certain extent, because you need to draw the line between realism and reality. Fiction, reality. Like, there's only so much. I mean, some shows do try to go too real, and in my opinion, it can really backfire because they don't have any regards for the actual showcasing itself. But I'm just looking at it with this service. So apparently, this whole thing with YouTube that I was rambling about was probably not something I should be really panicking about, but it should be something of huge concern. So in a nutshell, I'm not really sure where my channel will be going by the time December 10th comes around. But there's conflicting sources here. But I want to focus more on the Beastars discussion here. But Haru is in a sexual relationship with Louis at this point. This was established from the previous episode. But at the same time, it's not something romantic. If anything, right now, it's not something of romantic feelings. I love you or something like that. It is more out of just finding company. This is something relatable, very, very relatable. And I'm not saying I was in a relationship. I never was, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't. Honestly. But I know a bunch of my a bunch of my friends, like almost all of them, at some point, were in a high school relationship, and one way or another, some worked out and they went all the way to. Some of them like just had on a whim and just kind of broke it off because some shit went down. Some actually made it to college, but after a few thoughts, like they had to win their ways. Some actually did go all the way, and I don't know, I don't remember the few, but some of them actually went all the way and then later got married, which is cool. Applause to my high school peers. But this is kind of interesting way to display reality, and displaying that part when they were having sex, right? It kind of just it feels rather real too. It's not like I was there myself to see something similar to that, but like it just feels like it is just how we usually do that in real life. I mean, this is the not the intense ones, but more the ones where it feels like they're trying to explore one another. It's not like they're trying to aggressively do it. Well, from those scenes at least. So it gets to the point where, yeah, it looks intimate. It looks like they're really into each other, but at the same time, I feel like it's more of them trying to search for a company because while he does have admirers, I really do not think he's established a good amount of friends. I mean, unless if you want to count Legoshi as a technical friend, but when Legoshi comes over to because he wants to see Haru, Luis is suddenly onto it. He's suddenly made aware of the situation. He's just like, did he see her? And he's just like, it's the kind of thing. It's kind of like, the boyfriend just kind of is a little bit instinctively on high alert because like, oh, what does this guy have to do with my girl? Something like that. It is. I mean, you get what I mean. It's a natural sort of reaction, and depending on circumstances, the girlfriend will be, not caring or anything, or at least try to be avoiding, just because the friend thing, the friends, and then girlfriend boyfriend sort of thing. Those are totally different. Those are totally different sort of interactions here. Now, depending on where it is, and this is more complicated because if Haru went to the same classes as Legoshi, maybe the interactions wouldn't be as awkward. But no, it's not the case here. So it kind of is just the setup to see where Legoshi feels jealousy for the same jealousy, envious, or obsession at the same time. Like, you saw that fucking you saw that. I hate that I had to use explicitives for that. You saw how his face, the eyes look literally pink, like partially bloodshot, and she's just he squished the paint, and now he's just rubbing it on the side of his cheek. And it's just like, oh god, this is gonna really escalate, and this is not gonna be pretty. I do not see why he wouldn't have a fallout with Luis, or at least have a fallout with somebody. Right? As for Juno is the disappointment she had. I mean, she thought like, oh, me and Legoshi were made for each other, being a me, because she did get saved by him. But Legoshi, of course, doesn't see it that way. He is just trying to help out Appear, and she thinks something otherwise. And this is the fault we can fall under as well as men, because frankly, I've made the mistake myself in high school. Misinterpreting when my female classmates help out. That would be nice and whatnot. We misinterpret that sort of kindness. And this is the other way around, of course, for Juno, thinking that the way he's helping out, thinking that he wants to be intimate, but no, their minds are not on the same page here. Apparently, which is kind of funny because when he switches up to think about the whole thing, the whole feeling thing, and goes into it on rocket science sort of bombastic explanations. Okay, not bombastic, but he's just more of like, oh, it's this scientific thing, blah 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 blah, and she's just the gradual look of and disappointment. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie here, but yeah, it goes to show how the series is really kind of building up. I will say that it is not a personal thing. It's not something I personally like a lot, but it's something that at least I can really appreciate what it's doing. and so far it's kind of really just in the strides. I won't say that it's the best thing in the world though. I mean, it does have it, but it is making a mark somewhere. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not because I have a problem with her. It's not because I have a problem with CGI. It's not because I have a problem with it's a copy of some sort of other animal sort of thing. It's more of how I feel about how some of these characters interact, and how sometimes the tone shifts and all, and how sometimes certain scenes it can feel a bit I want to say this, a little bit weird, you know. So, you know, and like sometimes, you know, casual conversation between two particular characters here and there. But it's not saying it's bad. It's just like sometimes it lulls, but at the same time it's just like it's not offensive or anything. But it makes up for that, for what our main cast is kind of going through right now. And LEGOSI right now, oh boy, man, I don't know how to help. I don't know how to help him on this regard. He's just kind of he's literally, you know how like this scene, like this, you know what this reminds me of? YUNO, not Juno. YUNO GASAI from that trash ass show Mirai Nikki, Future Diary in English. The way from the episode 1, well, she did it with two hands, and two hands is just like this, and then I think it was the other way around, but this, and then like the both in both cases their eyes were, you know, partially bloodshot. It just looks weird. Just the full yadere just comes on, and it's like, God damn it, this is not gonna go well. This is not gonna go well. I can actually see this because you guys warned me. This could really escalate. This is gonna really escalate. I don't know how high it's gonna go there. I can only imagine. Could this? I don't think this is something where somebody's life's gonna get taken or something. But drama's gonna really go into play here. So it's gonna be interesting to see how next week's episode is gonna turn out. But on that note, that'll do it for this edition of Beastar Reactions. So smash like button if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates to new LEGO content and videos on this channel while it still lasts, just subscribe and hit the bell icon below. Also check out the links to description of this video, links to the other social media platforms I use, which include my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord server, and my Patreon page. You can also check out the other channels on YouTube that support. But that'll do it for this edition of M Reaction. So until then, guys, we'll see you next time.